Welcome to the deep dive. We're tackling a huge question today, one that's probably on a lot of minds.
Mhm.
Will artificial intelligence, AI, take your job by 2030?
It's definitely a big one. Causes a bit of anxiety, I think.
For sure. It can feel a bit unsettling. So today our mission is to really dig into this, based on a Future Talks discussion we looked at, featuring Emma and Liam.
Right. And the goal isn't just a simple yes or no, is it? It's about getting some clarity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Clarity. So let's jump in. What's interesting is how Emma and Liam frame this. They don't talk about AI job impact like it's science fiction.
No, not at all. They point out it's already happening. Think about self-checkouts in supermarkets.
Right. Or chatbots online?
Yeah, chatbots dealing with customer service, even those AI tools that help you write emails better, correcting grammar and style.
Okay, so it's not some like far off future thing. It's here now, affecting jobs.
Precisely. And they directly acknowledge that fear people have, the job displacement worry. They call it the big, slightly scary question.
Yeah. Slightly scary. Feels like an understatement sometimes.
It can. But, and this is crucial, they immediately offer a counterargument.
Okay, what's the counter?
Well, while some jobs, or maybe just tasks within jobs, might disappear or change drastically, they talk about AI disruption.
Disruption. Yeah.
History shows us that new technologies tend to create new jobs too.
Mm.
So it's less about just loss.
Ah, okay. So more like a transformation, a shift.
Exactly, a significant shift in the job market rather than just, everything disappearing.
That makes sense. So did they get specific about which jobs might be, let's say, safer in this shift looking towards 2030?
They did. They focused on roles that lean heavily on skills that are uniquely human,
Mm-hmm.
at least for now.
Like what kind of skills?
Things like creativity, real empathy, complex strategic thinking, the stuff that's hard to automate.
Okay, give me some examples they used.
Sure. They mentioned teachers needing that emotional connection with students,
Mm-hmm.
designers coming up with truly original ideas, therapists obviously providing deep emotional support, and interestingly, even roles like ours, podcast hosts, relying on personality and, well, conversation.
Huh. Okay. So, if your job involves a lot of that human element, creativity, empathy, strategy, the source suggests maybe a bit less immediate disruption.
That seems to be the idea. More breathing room, perhaps? But crucially, they also stressed that things will still likely evolve even in those fields.
Right. Change is still coming. So it's not about being complacent. Did they talk about what we as individuals can actually do? Proactive steps?
Yes, definitely. That was the key part, taking some control. They really emphasized adapting.
How? What does adapting look like according to them?
Two main things stood out. Learning tech-related skills.
Okay, getting comfortable with tech.
Right. Not necessarily becoming a programmer overnight, but understanding the tools. And, maybe just as important, staying curious. Generally curious about new technologies and how they work.
Staying curious, I like that. It's about being adaptable, being ready, rather than trying to predict every little detail.
Exactly. It's about being prepared to engage with these tools, whatever your job is.
So let's sort of tie this all together. Based on Emma and Liam's discussion, what's the big picture they paint about AI and jobs by 2030?
Well, the overall takeaway seems to be, no, AI probably isn't going to replace all jobs by 2030. That's unlikely.
Okay.
But it is going to significantly reshape the landscape. Lots of change. So the focus shouldn't be panic,
It should be.
preparation, understanding which skills are most valuable, those human ones, and actively developing them while also being willing to learn about and use new tech.
Preparation, not panic. Got it. So, thinking back to that initial question Liam posed in their talk, is your job safe from AI? How might you answer that differently now after this deep dive?
Yeah, it really shifts the perspective, doesn't it? It's less a yes-no question now.
Right.
It makes you think more deeply about how AI might specifically impact your role. Which parts rely on creativity or empathy or strategy?
Analyzing your own situation through that lens. Okay, so here's a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on, building on this. As AI gets more and more integrated everywhere.
Which seems inevitable.
Right. How might the actual meaning or application of creativity, empathy, and strategic thinking change within your own work? Something to definitely consider. Thanks for diving deep with us today.